Hello everyone, Ash here, and tonight I'm starting my top 10 list. I haven't done a top 10 countdown in a very long time. Everyone's thinking, laziness! Laziness, yeah, laziness, yeah, sure. Laziness, yeah. It's just laziness, yeah, sure. Don't judge me. Anyways, but I'm going to start doing a bunch of top 10 countdowns. I'm going to do a top 30 greatest animes of all time, top 10 best anime heroes, top 10 best anime villains, top 10 movie villains, top 10 movie heroes, and top 20 worst movies of all time. Keep an eye on that one. Oh, and Dragon Ball Evolution is going to be on the top 20 worst movies of all time. So everyone should look forward to seeing that on the list. Yeah. Anyways, but tonight is going to be my first countdown. Oh, and after I finish up with my countdown lists, I'm going to start doing more in-depth movie reviews. Starting with all 6 Star Wars films, I'm going to review episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in depth. Look forward to that in the summer. And pray for your soul when I start doing the prequels. Anyways, well, let's get started tonight with the top 10 best adult American cartoons of all time. Yes, I want to do some American cartoons. I want to show American cartoons a little bit of love. So here is my list of the top 10 best adult American cartoons of all time. And be sure to check out the top 10 kid American cartoons of all time, which is coming very soon. Number 10. Futurama. This show I do enjoy occasionally. It's a bit of a hit and miss at times. I think some of the episodes are good and some are not. Some just really feel kind of boring and dull and don't really have anything interesting to say. But there are some good episodes too. I think episode I do like is the one where Leah's trying to find out about her race, the Cyclopses. She meets another one, and so she goes to her what she thinks is her home planet, and he's there, and he basically convinces her that he wants to marry her so they can repopulate their planet and stuff. And it's actually funny because it pays tribute to Married with Children. So I got a kick out of that. I thought that was an absolutely hilarious episode. So yeah, there's episodes like that are actually really funny. And I also do get a kick out of Bender at times. I did like the episode where he kept multiplying himself, and eventually he got there's these tiny little ones of him that actually turned the water into beer, which I thought that was a funny episode. So Futurama does have its funny episodes, and it can get really good at times. However, it's also got its bad episodes too. Like, I don't really like the episode where Fry gets recruited by Nibbler's people to help stop the brains, and he finds out he was meant to be frozen to save the universe. I didn't care for that episode all that much, and there's episodes like that I just don't care for. It's a hit and miss, but I do like it, and it is on this list at number 10. Number 9. American Dad. Now, this show at times can be really funny, and the jokes can work really well. But unfortunately, Seth MacFarlane, his jokes sometimes just don't work. I honestly feel like with American Dad, he likes to force some of the jokes way too much, and it gets a little annoying when he tries this. It just gets really old when he starts trying to force the jokes down our throat, and he'll do that occasionally, just force jokes. And I don't like that. I think it's really funny, but I think he tries too hard with this show. I really do. I think he tries too hard with American Dad. But it's a good cartoon and one I do enjoy, and that's why it's number 9 at this list. Number 8. Family Guy. Now, some people may be surprised that this is kind of low on the list at number 8. And I will say that seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Family Guy are really funny, and they are great to watch. They really do make me laugh. I think the early episodes of Family Guy were really funny and worked. And when he brought back, it was still pretty good. But once they got into the later seasons, everything with Family Guy fell apart. And at times, I've wanted to scream at Seth MacFarlane, "What's the fucking joke?" Because he's done that at times where I can't understand the fucking joke at all. I mean, I really can't. It's like, that's not funny, dude. It's not funny at all. It's just stupid. And that's the problem with Family Guy, especially with the newer seasons. The jokes aren't funny anymore. But the first 3 seasons do have some really great jokes, and at times it can get really funny. One of the great episodes, I think one of my favorites would be when Peter goes, "Man, I wonder what Scooby-Doo and the gang are up to," because this was the episode where he accidentally knocked out the power because he wasn't paying attention to the road, and he knocked out the reception for all Quahog so no one could watch TV. And there's a great scene where he goes, "I wonder what Scooby-Doo and the gang are up to," and it goes to it's Scooby-Doo and the Murder Files. And you see Fred go, "Gee, gang, looks like the killer gutted him and strangled him with his own intestines. Jeekies, what a mystery. Right, Scoob, we are definitely dealing with one sick son of a bitch." I laughed at that fucking episode. That was fucking hilarious. So yeah, the first 3 seasons of Family Guy are fucking hilarious. And honestly, if you're going to watch Family Guy, just watch those 3 seasons because they are by far the funniest. Seasons 4 through whatever he's on right now just aren't that funny. And Family Guy's gone really bad. So anyways, but at number 8, Family Guy. Number 7, Beavis and Butthead. Okay, I believe the show came out in the late 80s, early 90s, and it's still funny. Even in today's standards, it's still funny. The jokes work well. The characters are idiots, but you love that about Beavis and Butthead because they're such morons, and you can laugh your fucking head off how funny they are. And, oh god, this was when MTV was actually good before it became reality TV, when MTV was focused on music instead of reality shows. But anyways, MTV was a funny as fuck show. Great comedy. I could laugh my head off with this one. Granted, sometimes it was kind of stupid. Some of the jokes were a little stupid here and there, and the animation is dated. It is. I'm sorry. The animation here is pretty damn dated and looks very old, but it does have Hank Hill. Fuck yes. Yes, I'm aware that's not really Hank Hill, but dude, I'm sorry. When I see him, I'm just like, it's Hank! Dealing with Beavis and Butthead. Fucking awesome. But yeah. So at number 7, Beavis and Butthead. Number 6, Metalocalypse. This is a really good American cartoon. It really is. That first season is actually very funny and has some good songs and some good stories. I like that first season of Metalocalypse. It works really well. I really do. I enjoy it a lot. And people are wondering why isn't this higher on the list? Well, that's the thing. The first season's good, but after the first season, the series kind of goes downhill. I don't know. It's just not as good after that first season. I mean, it really isn't. I just feel like the show kind of started to go downhill, and the jokes weren't as funny anymore, and the characters did get annoying. But honestly, I like the show a lot. It's about a heavy metal group. They are the most popular group in the world, bigger than the Beatles, and some of the episodes were absolutely hilarious, and I love them. So at number 6, if you're a heavy metal fan, check these guys out. This is a really funny show, and I think a lot of people will love the music. Especially if you're a metalhead, you'll love the music. But number 6, Metalocalypse. Number 5, Happy Tree Friends. This show is really funny. Oh, it is. I mean, the comedy here at times, I'm laughing my head off how funny some of it is, and some of the ways these characters die is absolutely fucking hilarious and actually kind of awesome. I mean, it's a funny show, and I love watching it. It's a cartoon that's funny as fuck. Granted, this show is not for everyone. A lot of people get kind of disturbed watching this one, and I can understand why. You have to have that type of sense of humor to appreciate it. You really do. If you have that type of sense of humor, then you'll really love it. If you don't, I can understand that. But this is a cartoon I like. I love watching it. I just laugh my head off every time I watch it. And that's why it's number 5 on this list. So at number 5, Happy Tree Friends. Number 4, The Simpsons. Now, when I was a kid, I was a hardcore Simpsons fan. I loved The Simpsons as a kid. Oh, God, were there not some great episodes. From season 2 through 9, The Simpsons was absolutely perfect. It was a great cartoon, great comedy, good stories. It had some really good stories in it, and some very entertaining songs. With good animation. I did like the animation for The Simpsons. It all worked well. The Simpsons, I mean, those seasons 2 through 9 were some of the best. I mean, they were funny, well written, and everything worked well in those episodes, and I loved it. My favorite episode was when Homer met Mindy. That was my personal favorite episode. I love that episode. Check it out. It's when Mr. Burns hires a female to work at his plant. Check it out. You'll fucking laugh your head off. That's a great episode. Unfortunately, the reason why this isn't number 1, because after season 9, it all starts to go downhill. And now The Simpsons is really bad. The jokes aren't funny anymore. The stories go absolutely nowhere. They're completely pointless. And it's just very repetitive. It's a damn shame they didn't end it after season 9, because if they had, this would have been number 1. But because it's kept going, it's honest to God it's not very good. The Simpsons isn't very good anymore, which is a damn shame. It really is. But at number 4, The Simpsons. Number 3, South Park. Honest to God, this show is absolutely hilarious at times, and I am stunned with the shit they get away with in South Park. I mean, my God, they get away with some crazy shit. If you watch South Park, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say it, but yeah, they get away with some crazy shit. Well, one thing is, Eric Cartman dressed like Hitler one time. I'm not making that up. He actually dressed like Adolf Hitler. And I was fucking stunned. I was like, how do they get away with this? So yeah, I mean, South Park's absolutely crazy. Trey Parker and Matt Stone are comedic geniuses. I love their comedy. They are fucking hilarious. Honestly, I love them more than Seth MacFarlane. I'm sorry, Seth MacFarlane. He's funny, but nowhere near the level of Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And South Park, honestly, it's got some great episodes, and it is really funny. And watching Kenny die is absolutely hilarious at times. It is. You all know it is, people. So at number 3, South Park. Number 2, The Critic. Now, I've been rewatching The Critic recently, and I must say, it's a damn shame the show only had 2 seasons. It's really funny. The writing is sharp. John Lovett playing as Jay Sherman is absolutely fucking hilarious. He is great as Jay Sherman. Oh my God, the characters here are hilarious. The jokes work. The stories work. This show should seriously be on Adult Swim or FX. I don't know why no one's picked this one up. It's a funny show. Everyone should check it out. It's got great writing. It's funny as hell. Oh, trust me, this is far better than Family Guy. I mean, I guarantee you Seth MacFarlane was a big fan of The Critic because he got a lot of his ideas from this show. It's funny as hell, and everyone needs to check it out. And they make fun of a lot of the movies that came out during that time. It came out in 1994, and they make fun of all the movies that came out during that time. So yeah, it's a funny show. Check it out. The Critic is great, and that's why it's number 2 on this list. And finally, number 1. And I wonder how many people are surprised I put this one at number 1. King of the Hill. Yes, that's right. Number 1 is King of the Hill. First, this show is funny as hell. The jokes work, but the stories work too. I like the stories here. I also like the writing. The writing is good, but the characters are great. The characters here all work well. They all know their roles, and they all fit perfectly. Honest to God, when I was a kid, I did not like the show. But as an adult, I love it. It's fucking hilarious. Honestly, check it out. King of the Hill is so much better than Futurama, American Dad, Family Guy. I'm sorry, it's so much better than all those. It's a great adult American cartoon, and honestly, it's number 1. There's no cartoon that just I can watch anytime and laugh my head off. It's a great cartoon, and it's honestly, and it has Cotton. And Cotton Hill is fucking awesome. So yeah, at number 1, King of the Hill. Now I just want to do a quick explanation of why 3 adult American cartoons didn't get on this list. The first 2, The Boondocks and The Cleveland Show, I just don't care for at all. I just don't think they're very funny. Honestly, I don't. It's just my opinion, but I don't think they're very funny, and I just don't like them. And as for Daria, the reason why that one's not on this list is because I haven't seen enough of it. I've only seen the first episode, and I do want to watch more of it. It looks promising, and I think it will be a really good show. But I need to watch more of it before I can put Daria on this list. But like I said, Boondocks and The Cleveland Show I just don't care for at all. I just don't think the jokes are funny. And Daria I need to watch more of. But that's my explanation of why those shows are on this list. So anyways, what's your favorite adult American cartoons? Comment below and let me know. And this is Ash saying so long. I am out. Good night.